Check out this clip.
Does Mossad share all of its intelligence with us?
Oh, probably not, but they share a lot. We don't share all of our intelligence with them, but we share a lot. It's a close alliance.
Do they spy domestically in the United States?
Oh, they probably do, and we do as well. And friends and allies spy on each other. And I assume all of our allies spy on us.
And that's okay with you?
You know what? One of the things about being a conservative is that you're not naive and utopian. You don't think humans are all... Part of the reason socialism doesn't work is the mantra from each according to his abilities to each according to his needs doesn't work. As a conservative, I assume people act in their rational self-interest.
So it's conservative to pay people to spy on you?
It's conservative to recognize that human beings act in their own self-interest, and every one of our friends spies on us. And I'm not...
Do you like it? That's my question. I'm not asking whether they have motive to do it. Of course they do. I understand that. And
by the way,
I'm not mad at them. But you're an American lawmaker, so I just want to know, hold on, I want to know your attitude. Yeah. You said that your guiding principle, in fact, the only principle, the only criterion.
I said guiding, the overwhelming. I wouldn't say only.
Is it in America's interest? Is it in America's interest for Israel to spy on us, including on the president?
It is in America's interest to be closely allied with Israel because we get huge benefits for it. And you want to see the clearest.
But I just want to stop on the spying for a second. That it takes place, as you know, and including on the president of the United States and several precedents. And I just want to know if that's okay and why is it okay? Wouldn't an American lawmaker say to a client state, you're not allowed to spy on us? I'm sorry. I know why you want to. I'm not mad at you, but you're not allowed to.
Sure.
And I don't care for it. I don't want to be spied on by you. It's kind of weird not to say that, but you don't seem able to say that.
And I want to go to you on that. It is weird because it feels like you don't want anyone talking poorly about your spouse, right? Your significant other. And you will go to bat for them because it is an emotional relationship. It is not often, love is partially based on responsibility. And, for a man and a woman, one takes care of the children and, gives birth to the children. And the other provides for the family and protects the family. And it doesn't negate the fact that the other one doesn't also help with the children and also help with the family, or that the mother doesn't help protect the children and help with other aspects. However, we'd all understand that we would never break marriage down to being this, trade benefit relationship. There was something ethereal, there was something spiritual, there was something deeper about it, to where if someone has a genuine criticism of your spouse, you probably will not join in on that criticism. You probably will deflect, and you probably say, look, you don't understand. We're married, you don't get our marriage, it's fine. That's what this sounds like, that Ted Cruz thinks he's in a relationship with Israel. It sounds like he's having sex with this woman.
Well, it's a sugar daddy.
Correct.
Right.
And you don't talk about my hoe like that, because in the end, what you don't realize is that she's giving me sex. That's what I want, and I'm getting this pleasure, so I put up with her bullshit. And it's like, hey, you're not making love with Israel. You are a lawmaker of the United States, and you cannot even have the ganas, as they would call it. You don't even have the tenacity to condemn what would be considered a national security extortion, national security compromise from this nation. You are so beholden to them that when they're doing something against our national interest, this is why it's important to watch this. Spying is against our national interest. You will not condemn them, which is proof that our politicians are willing to support this country when it's not in our national interest, because it's good for them, not for us. Which, not saying that proves that the Iran war is bad for us. That's not causation. But correlatively speaking, for my basic libtards out there, yeah, it does bring a correlation. I don't have the source, but I can tell you, I just heard a politician through his lips be unable to condemn negative action from a foreign nation simply because they say they're our ally. But that is a non-allistic action. And he goes, well, everyone's doing it. Yeah, but why can't you say everyone needs to stop, right? You should just say, you know what? We don't like it. We've been trying to get it out. And what it makes me wonder is, are they trying to stop it? Do we let them just do what they want? And if we do, then why would they do it? And why would they be allowed to do it? Well, that would mean that our government then must not be beholden to the American people, as was argued in the beginning about how, America's run by the people. It appears that we may be run by a foreign entity that Buchanan warned us about. We may be indeed run by a foreign lobby, and our politicians, spiritual or ethically or through money, are compromised, and that we are occupied.
Yeah, I mean, I think you put it best when you said that we are in a sexual, or rather, Ted Cruz is in a sexual relationship with Israel, and he is on the receiving end, if you can imagine what I mean by that. But it's true, because notice how he also couldn't just stay on topic because he knew he didn't really have an argument other than the fact that he benefits personally from defending Israel and so many other, and obviously being in defense of Israel and being against Iran. So he had to resort to all these other arguments like, well, you know, being a rational conservative, this is how you should be, acting in your own best interest. I don't know verbatim what he said exactly, but he was just floundering so much because he really, you know, tried to reach for all these other arguments to justify why one would be against Iran without mentioning the fact that, well, really, I'm against Iran for the sake of Israel. Really, I'm, you know, doing this because I have to protect my interests involved with this other country. So, but he just could not be honest. And I think a lot of people can just clearly see that this is somebody who, you know, is not only do they not know what they're talking about because they don't have to, they just take the check and shut up and just say what their talking points. But it's somebody who's being like blatantly dishonest with the American people in that way.
Yeah, I mean, you can see him squirming in his seat. And if this was any other country that we were talking about, this was China or Russia or any other country, Ted Cruz would be like, we need to put an end to this. Even like that time we had the whole crazy thing with the spy balloon going over the United States. You know,
what was that?
Yeah, that was one big thing. Ted Cruz kept coming out, giving all his speeches like, we got to protect our country, you know, which I don't think any country should be spying on us, but we got to protect our country. We got to make sure our secrets are kept secret, and we can't allow this to happen. But the second we're talking about Israel, he's like, well, you know, people spy on each other, and yeah, it's okay. And it's like a whole change of
Everybody's doing it.
Yeah, everybody's doing it. You know, it's a good thing to do. But yeah, so you can see his change in character, and once again, it goes back, if you do APAC tracker, I think goes back to the 1.9 million he's collected. But
and that's declared through the lobbying. Like, that's not even gifts. That's not private donors.
No, there could be much more involved.
It's probably you can always take these numbers and triple it at the very least, right? So yeah, you have it is 1.872 million. You know, I've seen people shoot each other over J's. You know what I mean? Like people crushed each other to get closer to a concert at you know. I mean, we're going through that right now. I mean, people kill each other just to get closer to a singer. I'm just saying, like, you know, and so it's like this the idea that either there's more money going on or they're just cheap prostitutes. Like, they're cheap sluts.
If you want to know what it costs to sell his soul, you have it right there. I mean, the guy is just fully on board now, and that's why you see him squirming. That's why you see him reject the answer. But to allow any type of foreign country, I mean, it's already bad enough that Mossad and the CIA, they're pretty much in bed. You know, it's hand in hand with the two of them, and we know that there has been, well, a lot of us assume there has been other kind of campaigns that they've done, for instance, Jeffrey Epstein and many others, where they've spied on our politicians, I believe. So,
but blackmail
them as well. So it shows you how they can take control of our country by using this leverage against us. And yeah, so that's why you see him squirming, because he's trying to protect his money. He's trying to, you know, keep as much in the bank as possible.